top right. Yet another Zerg for TSL. Won an arduous game last game. Can he defeat his Protoss opponent? His idea is...
TSL, shine!
That voice is so angry when it says TSL Shine.
It really is,
I think TSL Shine probably beat that voice on the ladder and took his ladder points, man.
Probably so.
Probably cheesed him.
Yeah. Well, will this guy do some sort of cheese? Definitely, I think, going to be an all-in. This player, famous for that. His ideas...
FXO, Choya!
Do you remember when, before FXOpen and FOU merged, against QXC did Colossus drops on...
Yes.
What was that term? Calm Before the Storm?
No, it wasn't Calm Before the Storm. It was the one with the natural in the main and a natural outside with the destructible rocks. God, what was the name of that map?
Crevasse.
Crevasse. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that was beautiful. And then, like, I was like, well, I think Vikings counter this attack pretty well. No, it was cool, though, man. It was like, when I saw that, my whole world changed as far as my regard to Choya. Because Choya used to be so cheesy, and then he did that, and it was like actually macro with multitasking harassment. It was like really cool.
He is Nexus firsting. Now, this doesn't mean too much for the mid-game, but it means he will, of course, have slightly later cannon. Double drone coming out, you know what that means. It means he just assumes that the probe will block. A good assumption to make when your opponent probe scouts, who's a high-level Protoss.
Yeah, he's not just going to let it go down easily. This time he does.
He botched it.
Yeah, he messed up a little bit.
That's fine.
It's not actually a gigantic deal, but, you know, you're going to be frustrated sitting in that booth having let him do that so easily.
Choya is someone who does easily get frustrated and gets stressed out so easily that he sings to himself in the booth. That's something else he's known for.
Yeah, talks to himself for sure in there. We see it.
Well, you can see, I mean, so what are we going to see from Choya? Will he surprise everyone and just play super textbook here? Try to hold a third base against possible roach pressure?
You know...
I don't think so, but he might.
Could, but thing is, I don't think so. I really think it's going to be that 2-base. What? Oh, okay. Tight. Now we know what it's going to be. Oh, that's what it was for.
Yeah,
okay,
it wasn't tight.
I was looking at him like, oh, it's going to be this build where you make like the Kiwi Kaki build where you make a ton of Zealots and attack, and then you make mass Void Rays.
Yep. That would have been weird, but he's just going to drop a pylon here.
And it's already scouted. So
Will
sorry.
he, I mean, with the way he's done this, it almost indicates he's going to go cannons.
Yeah, it kind of looks like that. I mean, we're going to have Lynx come over there immediately. And yeah,
even the Queen was ready to participate if she needed to. With her new range, she could actually reach all the way over the cliff and start bopping them, warping in cannons.
Play whack-a-mole with the cannons.
Well, that was,
you know, I kind of feel bad for Choya. Was that, like, I hope that wasn't the crux of his build.
I don't think so.
No, I don't either. There's probably something he's like, oh, this might arise where I can do this.
That's usually when players cannon at third bases. It's the thing where they're like, oh, I didn't see an Overlord. Maybe I can get away with this.
Yeah.
But then in reality, it's just that they didn't see the Overlord. The Overlord is very much so there. They cancel.
Overlords can see a long way. They float in the sky, so like, that's a lot of vision.
Did you know that Overseers have eyes in the back of their head? Just like your high school teacher.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. It's crazy, Wolf. Thanks.
You never thought about it that way before.
No, I guess I never thought about it like that.
Double gas being taken at the natural for Zerg rather than its main. What do you think about that, actually? Because that's not...
you know what? What I like about it is that what can be scouted? The natural.
Yeah. Okay,
you know they're going gas by this point. Now, by making it in your natural,
maybe he's thinking
if he scouts, you might be thinking, oh, God, what are you doing? This is a lot of gas. But he doesn't, there's no way for them to get into that main base. It's just never happened, especially with the new Queen. So I like it, actually, for those reasons.
Okay. Now...
And I think that's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
Those reasons
we
are
solved
reasonable.
it.
All right.
Robo going up. Now, Robos can be for anything.
But he's getting a couple more gases really quick. Yeah, they could be, of course, for a third base. absolutely can play that style where you get some gates and robos and go for that extra base, but I'm feeling the Immortal Sentry push, man.
Well,
I
it's
think that's-
Shoya, so
Yeah, I think that's going to fit here very well. In fact, hold on. Look at the probe count, Wolf.
yeah, he's
He
not.
has exactly enough probes to mine both the mineral patches of 16 and have 3 probes on each gas.
He stopped for a second.
as well
mining.
as...
or making probes.
Oh, yeah, he did. See, that's why I was pointing that out. I'm like, all right, definitely all in. But no, he's starting up those probes again. Going right up to 4 gates, very standard.
That was a weird force field usage.
Yeah.
The probe has been spotted by the Overlord. He thinks he's being sneaky, but he's not.
Doesn't know about the robo yet.
Third base, but it may be a fake. Something to always consider. Weird that you would make the third base before gates, though, with a fake. So it's probably real.
You know what? He's making an immortal right away, so it definitely could be a fake, though. Because if you're taking this, I actually kind of like it when they make a couple observers. But we'll see. He's going to come over here to try to push this back. Pretty easy.
Yeah, because when you make the Immortal, well, he's now going to make a wall. This is going to be a pretty intense fake if it is.
Yeah, that would be a pretty crazy fake to have, man.
You could do it because the extra gateways that you make there, you could just be using your attack. And, well, with that extra cannon there, that really seems like it's going to be a fake. Why would he make that extra cannon?
It might be... Why?
Yet it seems too early. But if,
You know what?
even if it's too early...
This could just be a new way to zone, because we've noticed that Protosses do have a hard time with Immortal Sentry holding off both areas, especially with a wall like this at the third base, because there's so much surface area to actually hold on both fronts. So you might be saying, all right, I'm going to hold at my wall that's already a wall instead of that ramp, so that I can have the majority of my units down at my third to hold on to that. And if he overcommits and comes all the way into my wall and attacks, then my units can come up. I think that's what he's thinking about.
I mean, you're right at this point. And the next has not been canceled, so mystery solved. He's just actually going to take a third base. Robotic support bay going up. He's already got the observer kind of floating around at this point. Made just a few immortals, getting +1 armor. No Twilight Council for any additional upgrades. He's going to force a cancel here.
I like this push
force
out.
Fields.
For sure, I like this push out. I mean, he's making a lot of lings right now, which can't help. But with those +1 Zealots, he's going to be fine. He's going to cancel this, and then he's going to get out. Just run away, Choya. There you go. Run away.
Well, no Twilight Council still, so he will not be able to continue to upgrade. There it is, going down.
All right.
He's got enough force fields to buy time here for a second. But
This is so unbelievably good for Shine. Choya not getting back in time. A nice flank set up by... oh, man, that's actually way too much
that's
loss.
like game ending.
Yeah. That's all your expensive tech units, and you're trying to go Colossus. He can't get back those sentries or anything without sacrificing so much.
This game may just end, you know, with a follow-up attack. He's getting Hive right now, though, and a Spire. So he's not going to try to end it, but I mean...
Which is actually the right choice,
yes.
because if you stay pure Roach, that's the one way to lose games that you shouldn't lose. But, I mean, he might just end it anyways, despite teching up and not overcommitting.
Those 2 cannons ended up being worth it, for sure.
Yeah.
Immortal does pop out here, and the Roaches are kind of trapped, but there's so many of them, but they're just going to fight. They're going to trade well here. Yeah,
they're going to trade quite well. But he will hold it off. He's not going to die, it doesn't look like. But taking a lot of damage.
Nice microbite Shoya, though, I have to say. Oh, he may lose his Immortal, though.
Too many Lings in here, and that was a bit of an overextension by Choya to flank with 1 Immortal and 1 Stalker against Roach Ling with more incoming. That's a dangerous gambit indeed.
Blink is on the way. Colossus range will finish for his grand total of 0 Colossi. Doesn't even have 1 making, he canceled it, so that Colossus range is going to be resources wasted for now.
Yeah, you know, I feel like while that move out was good, I liked how he got the cancel on that 4th, because that's kind of an important thing to do.
I feel like he could have once he saw, I mean, he didn't leave quickly enough.
Yeah.
He could have left like 3 Zealots to finish it.
Exactly. You know, you hit it with your first volley. That forces a ton of units. You start running, leave a few units on it to finish it off. Yeah. And you're actually going to be fine.
Oh, he used way more force fields than was necessary there.
And those Roaches are just going to walk up the ramp because there's no force fields left here except for the sentry behind the wall in. So
He
Warp
needs to
Prism
trade
moving out,
well.
he doesn't care.
He needs to trade well with these roaches, though. I mean, the supply deficit is not what it once was. He will kill this forge, which is very important. And these sentries with no energy are all going to go down, and this is going to be a good trade.
Yeah, this is really bad.
So you're actually warping units, I feel, in the wrong place here, almost warping them in to die.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Shine is up by a ridiculous amount of supply. His Greater Spire is going to finish soon.
Pathogen glands. He's behind in upgrades for
There's
his
just
wings, but
Choya can't make enough to stop any of this, really. I mean, you need to build up like a deadly army with Protoss. You can't be losing pieces of it non-stop. And it's not just pieces, he's losing the whole thing over and over. How many centuries has he made this game, and how many does he have? He has no energy. His upgrades are not even that good. They're only at 1-1 still because he lost that Forge. He got Thermal Lance, and he's just now starting his first Colossus.
I like this harassment, though. He is going to try to target down the hatchery. Unfortunately, it is denied. But I like that he's attempting to pull these units back, and he has held okay, you know, better than I expected him to. He's only 30 supply down, but the problem is the tech. His opponent having the Infestors.
Look at that.
And the Broodlords.
That's heartbreaking right there, seeing that Greater Spire. What is he going to do against that? He's actually making
Stargate and
that's
+1.
That's the right thing to do.
He's going to try to go Void Rays against this.
Yeah, and he may as well, right? Because I mean, he can't play a normal game. Stalkers aren't going to do this. He can't get to Mothership and Archon toilet it.
I mean, this
Shine's going to have way too much. He needs to get lucky with Void Rays.
Yeah, he needs to get lucky. He's going a little bit 2010 with this, I feel, but it's the right choice. And
well, it's the one thing that may catch his opponent off guard enough to allow him a chance to win this game.
Right. I mean, we've seen games like this in the past. I believe the most notable one that I can think of is MC versus Sen at NASL, where Sen made 2 new Broodlords, and well, we all know how that ended.
That was the most painful thing ever. Sen had him owned. We have 9 Infestors out. Infestors, part of the Infestor buff was to deal with Void Rays because they were so powerful against Zerg before. But with this many Infestors out, it's like so difficult to imagine.
Oh, he needs a force field here. Oh, he misses. Has to use a second one, but he does stop them before the flood comes through.
Yeah, and he's going to have to back up, man. He can't be out in the middle of the map with this little
that army is like a broken Tickle Me Elmo toy that will be set on fire.
Wow.
By these roaches.
Wolf, you are such a good commentator.
I mean, at this point, he's making 2 Void Rays. He's got +1 for the Void Rays finishing up. Third Void Ray on the way, but I mean, basically, with 3 bases, he can't make everything he needs here.
No.
You're right, and I think you said it best when you said he has to get lucky.
Yeah.
And he's going to catch these Infestors, which is pretty lucky. Pretty damn lucky indeed.
He had 9 Infestors, and now he only has 5. That was really nice. Those did basically nothing. So great job by him. These Void Rays still hidden. I don't believe that his opponent has any idea about them.
No.
And, I mean, he's making quite a few. Has 4 out already, has the +1.
We've seen both these FXOpen players, Gumiho and Shoya, take a bad situation and turn it into the best possible one for them, doing everything right in dire straits.
Yes.
I'm so happy to watch things like this in StarCraft 2. The Infestors are still around, man. There's not as many of them.
He has to show these now, and here we go. He does have 2 Colossus to help out.
Targets the Infestors first. 1 Fungal goes down.
And, well, he needs to kill these Corruptors off. He wants to have any chance, and he actually might have enough to clean this up. How many Corruptors do we have out on the map? He actually has 7 more, though. Those are going to be incoming.
And the Void Rays still remain alive. He needs to target them, though. They're attacking Broodlings.
Oh, but here come the rest of the Corruptors, and that should be enough. We should be seeing a GG.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. TSL will take the lead with this one. Corruptors taking out the last Void Rays now. The Broodlords closing in. Now more than double the supply for Shine. A great attempt by Choya, but again, a second failure in a row in the late game, in the desperation situation for these 2 players.
The desperation situation. I like it, Wolf. And, look, man, too many Corruptors. He's trying to charge up to be able to take them out because you can do reasonably well against Corruptors, but
GG.
Nothing else left. Nothing at all. And this has turned into such a close team battle, man. It was 3-3 before that, right?
Yep. 3-3, and now TSL takes the lead, leaving FXOpen with 1 player left. And I feel it has to be ASD. You cannot put the best out and hope to kill 2 players, including Symbol.
I'm looking. I think it has to be Lucky.
I forgot about Lucky, actually, but the problem is, his ZVZ is poor, and he's going to play against probably at least 2 Zergs.
Oh yeah, I would definitely say that, but I think you have to go with Lucky, man. I think Lucky is one of their absolutely strongest players, and if you don't use him here, you're always going to wonder, what if?
Yeah, that's a really good point. They're out of options. There's one man left. Could be Lucky. That's a good point. You know, I had kind of forgotten about him. I kind of pushed him aside in my thoughts about TSL because the ZVZ was a matchup that people said he was weak in, and TSL's a team full of Zerg. So I kind of pushed him aside in my mind. I was like, they'll use him if maybe Inori comes out, for example. But in a ZVZ, I didn't think they would use him. You're right, though. He may have fixed that, you know, issue, that weakness that he's had. And whenever you have a weakness in a certain matchup and everybody knows about it, you know about it too, and you work to improve it until it's fixed.
You have to work really hard to improve it.
I mean, for example, MMA seemed to be extremely weak against Protoss, and you know, sometimes it still gives him a few problems, but like, he doesn't look like he used to against Protoss.
Of course, of course. All right, so let's see it. Lucky. Is it going to be his lucky day?
I guess we'll find out.
Well, I think it's going to be ZVZs from here on out, Wolf. Can Lucky, first off, take out Shine?
And will he take out Symbol? Well,
watch him throw Inori out, man. What if Lucky shows like a dastardly ZVZ? Do you switch to Inori?
No.
No?
No. For the same reason
Probably
why you
not,
said,
yeah.
For the same reason why you said that you should use Lucky, you always wonder what if. And we saw great.
Oh.
The pizza, they came.
They got pizza, man. All you have to do is bring a sign that says, please get us pizza.
I guess that's like in the rules or something.
You know, you want to make a bet there's no cheese pizza in there?
I already know there's not. Well,
what a terrible place I live in to be a vegetarian. Yeah, well, I'd like a piece of pizza right now. I'm actually really, really hungry.
I'm a little bit hungry myself, but we're casters. We don't get pizza.
Oh, by the way, I don't really like ice cream either.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know who said that yesterday too? Was tasteless.
Yeah, man. I don't like strongly dislike it, but I literally eat like one ice cream per year. That's it.
Wow. Yeah. I eat about 0, but I'm glad we have this in common.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. This is the GSTL with Wolf and Artosis.